Good evening and salutations, my B&B fans. I feel like I have more gripes about the Forsters are really Steffi, but I want to get this out the way. Um, Hope. Hope is not there talking to Liam, and she's all mad at Taylor for telling Ridge before Brooke got a chance to sit there and tell him. And I'm like, why does that matter? Like, why does that matter? Why are you upset with Taylor because Taylor told Ridge before Brooke got a chance to do it? What's the difference? The outcome is still going to be the same. Why? I was like, wait, that's your takeaway? That's what you're getting upset about? Are you kidding me? Steffi, I don't think Steffi has an off button, okay? Steffi doesn't have an off button. Steffi just starts going and going and going and going and going. It's like the Energizer Bunny. Even when you like throw it against the wall, it just keeps going. That's what Steffi's like. I don't know. I gotta sit there and believe that even if I wasn't dead ass tired today, she would still annoyed the living hell out of me. Steffi, first of all, Steffi is talking to Thomas about Brooke. Taylor gets in, and Steffi's like, "So what happened? Did you tell Brooke? I mean, did you tell Dad? Did you tell did before she even had a chance to open her damn mouth, she is going a mile a minute. Did you get a chance to tell Rich? Could you shut up for like 5 seconds and let her speak?" Uh, It can't just be the way that today. Um, it can't be just the events of today that really got me annoyed with Steffi. Because this woman is always like this, but I felt like they turned her up to 11 on this one. Anyway, Ridge eventually gets back, and she just goes in. Like, she just starts saying things like, well, not she goes in on the fact she's like, "Well, did you break up with Brit? I mean, did you break up with Brooke? Brooke is doing this and Brooke is doing that, and how many times can you sit there and listen to Brooke's lies and this, that, and that?" There's one point where Taylor's like, "Yo, could you give your dad a chance to breathe? Let him process this first. Did you sit there and do this? Because da 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 da." It's like it went in one ear and out the other of just give this man 5 seconds. I'm so glad they didn't take it a certain way when Rich got there and they was like, "What happened to your face?" It was Deacon that did this, right? Like you're gonna blame all of this on Deacon. At this point, why not? I mean, hell, she called Deacon a lowlife, so privilege. I'm gonna sit there and say about that one. There's, I think, like maybe one time, I couldn't tell, but I know Ridge at one point was like, "All right, I get it. Like, I get it, Steffi. I understand what you're saying. Like, can you, like, stop for 5 seconds?" But it's like, she just had, like, 7 cups of caffeine, and she didn't know the meaning of the word stop or pause or any of those adjectives. You know, Ridge still was like, "Oh, I gotta sit there and believe that Deacon got her to drink." I'm sitting there like, bro, really? That was your take? I can't even believe he even said that. I didn't even know which way to go with that. And of course, Steffi was like, it doesn't matter if even if that was the case, it doesn't matter. I was like, I will give you that one, Steffi. I mean, you've been talking nonstop. I'm surprised you're able to even still breathe. Um, but okay, sure. Um, Not gonna lie, just she. I felt like there was one point where it's like she sucked the air out the room. Don't get me wrong, Thomas came in there too, but I felt like in this scene, it's like Thomas had to sort of match her energy. Like he had to go just as hard on Brooke as much as Steffi, because if he wasn't giving it like at least I don't know 30% or 40%, then Steffi would have looked at them like, well, guys, why aren't you trying hard enough to sit there and get Ridge away from that damn harpy? I don't know if people call people harpies anymore or hussies. I think that's the word that Nancy on Days used. Because apparently those are still insults, even if it came from the 1950s. But my point is, she just did not stop talking. I mean, yeah, Ridge was like, yeah, you know what, it's over. You know, I told her that I had enough. I couldn't do it. I ended it. And then, of course, Steffi was like, come back to your family. You came back with us. You came back to the people who love you. Why do you sound like a goddamn cult leader? Just, oh my goodness. I just, almost exhausting. Oh, and on the Logan side, when Brooke did eventually come in, you know, you had Liam and Hope trying to make Brooke feel better. Um, It's okay. It's not that bad. He's gonna forgive you. He's gonna calm. What did Liam say? He's gonna cool down, and then he's gonna, he's gonna come to his senses and kind of realize that he loves you, or something along those lines. But Brooke did sit there and tell them that, like, yeah, he walked away from me. He said that he had enough. He brung up Bill Spencer, and probably should have brung up a couple of other people, but um. The point is, she was like, yeah, he walked away from me, but that doesn't mean it's over. It can't be over. Awesome. So you're just being delusional at this point. This is priceless right here. This is exactly what I come to know and love about this show. Well, one of the many things I love about this show. But I don't even know what to say. There wasn't even a third side to it, which was good in a lot of ways. It did get the focus on literally the Logans and the Foresters. Problem with this episode was that Steffi did not shut the hell up for 5 goddamn minutes. And I know I sound cringy saying this, but if you would have if you watched it and just heard it, just kept going, it's like, I'm gonna pause this. I'm gonna go get me a drink, and I'll be right back. I feel like I shouldn't even have to pause it because you're just saying the same thing over and over again, just using different words. In a lot of ways, that's kind of what Hope and Liam was doing when they talked to Brooke. They were just trying to make her feel better. Um, of course, she wound up calling Ridge, and Thomas looked at it, and Steffi was doing her, well, she just didn't shut up. And Brooke decided to leave because she was like, I gotta sit there and talk to Ridge. This is after she told him about the fight, them breaking it up, and the fact that, when she was trying to defend Deacon, Ridge was like, the look on Ridge's face. So now, let's just get this straight. You're going to go into the lion's den. Okay? You're going to go into enemy territory because that makes sense. I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow's episode if they do continue with um Brooke going over there because at this point you already know that stuff. You're just gonna yada 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 yada. Um, Taylor's gonna try to rein her in, and that should be kind of entertaining. And I guess Brooke will sit there and plead her case. Like in a lot of ways, I was like, man, I feel like this is like a flashback of GH with Sonny just going on and on and on and on and on. Oh, I love you, Carly. Don't give up on our marriage, even though I just slept with some woman. Even though I slept with this woman like less than 24 hours. Let's just work it out. Yeah. A lot of ways, I'm actually kind of glad that I'm watching Y and R. I know next week is going to be hella busy. Oh, I feel like that's actually about it of this episode. So, sorry, apologies for the late upload. Um, at a later shift, at a longer and later shift, and on top of that, the um the building next to my job burnt down because of oil tanker or gasoline. It was an oil tanker or whatever, exploded, and well, pretty much took most of the building and some of the other building with it. And then they had to demolish the whole thing. And then my way of getting home, well, they closed the road, so that was an adventure trying to get back home. So that took longer than I wanted it to take. So yeah, this is the reason why it's late today. But tomorrow it's going to be uploads on time, or as much more earlier than it is today. So I want to thank everyone for watching. With that being said, I'm gonna go. Take my ass to bed. But I want to thank everyone for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below about this episode, about Steffi and her non-stop talking. Surprised that woman actually had breath. Because anyway, with that being said, I'm gonna go. Thank you for watching. Be safe, and I will see you in the next video.